Oh, good to be back. You hear that sound out there? Somebody revving their car? And two people fighting over a thing of, it looks like a thing of, like one of those flame logs, a fire flame, one of those Duralogs. Yep, it looked like two hardy lesbians out there fighting over a damn Duralog in the street. And somebody revving their car at the same time. I'm in Cleveland, man. I'm at the hotel. I'm back from Maui. If you hear that, that's just that calm that's inside of me. Hey, I'm back from that Maui. Wowie. You hear? Oh, hell yeah, boy. Somebody, you heard it? Somebody won that log. Somebody got the fire all themselves. Mahalo, aloha, konnichiwa, bahalo, Madagascar. I'm back. I'm that back-a-lantern, baby. Put that candle in me, because I'm lit. Let's get into it. There's a song that I just found out from a band called North Mississippi Allstars, and they've tuned into this past weekend, and they have a lyric from the podcast that's kind of that they put into their music. And so I want to play one of their songs right now. It's called Drunk Outdoors off their new album Up and Rolling. And this is the North Mississippi All-Stars. Yes. Come on. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's go get drunk outdoors. If you got money, you can get a little bit. If you got money, get that hitter. If you got money, you can get a little bit. If you got money, get that hitter. Get that hitter. You guys got to check the tune out, and they really get into it, man. And that band right there, that is North Mississippi All-Stars, and that's a new album they got out there. It's in the universe, in the atmosphere, and you can go and check it out. And that is a song. And I hit the man up, Cody Dickinson, on his Instagrams, and I said, hey, is this true that you guys heard this on the podcast? And he said, yeah, man, we love it. And so it just really, it just made my balls growl a little, that. All right. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back from Maui. Oh, I had a good time. Look, if you don't know, if you're, maybe 40% sure or something, if you're going to heaven. Because I think most people are, if they're really honest with themselves, they come in at probably about 40%, So if you're about 40% sure that you're going to heaven, then you could go to Maui. And Maui's like there are times I closed my eyes and I said, dang, man, if people, this place is going to give heaven a run for its money. It's romantic. You could be by yourself and it feels romantic. Dude, I felt like every time the breeze came by, it was trying to just trying to get me back to its room. It was just that kind of spirit. There was just something, and the water will come. You'll be laying there taking a nap, and you think you slept, you're laying far enough from the water. And about, maybe 18 or 30, 30 or 60, 50, kind of 40 minutes later, that water will start licking at your fucking feet. You say, dang, what's up, Bucko? So it's, everything there is you get home, you have some of the beach will be in your pants, some sand. You're like, what is it? Who is it? What is it? And you're like, I hope this is, some female sand. I don't want no, male sand trying to get in my pants. But you take your pants off and a bunch of sand will jump out of your pants. You said, well, damn. So just Mother Nature, that's where she really goes to just get on. I mean, Maui just wants to love you. And it really just wants to love you. And I noticed after a bit that the ocean will start doing your hair for you. Your hair, dude, at one point, I had like a little thing of algae right above one of my ears. You got a little conch over there on the left. It's just like, I look like kind of like you got like a little seahorse kind of just hanging off that backsplash. I mean, I look like, Sean, like, like a conchquisha, just out there with just the ocean and everything will do your hair for you. But I had a wonderful time, man. If you haven't been to Maui, I totally recommend it. And they say there's different islands, and I want to go back there and do a show soon. And I want to go to some of the different islands over there. And a lot of people, I did think this, I felt like there could be, even though it's very wonderful, it definitely seems like a place where some people that might have done a crime would go to hide. It's got that kind of crimey, hidey sort of vibe, But oh, it was so good, man. I just took a week and relaxed, and then I got back into town and just decided to take last Sunday off of the pod. And yeah, I just wanted to have a little bit of, just have a little respite, they call it. Get a relax in and just get that feeling in my body. Sometimes your body feels like it has like kind of a little bit of more comfort in it. So I was trying to get, a touch more of that comfort for myself. What else? And now I'm in Cleveland. And they got a couple of, they got some hardy humans out here. Cleveland, Pittsburgh over there. Dun, dun, dun. You had a show last night in Pittsburgh, and who came out? Some people I know. Steve, my boy Weak Steve came out. And I've known him for years, dude. And Steve, bro, he'll be shaking your hand. You don't even know it. That's how weak he is, bro. It's baffling. This girl Dizzy came. People think she's dizzy, but she isn't. So she's got that. People are always like, you dizzy? She said, no. And she's always, kind of dusted out. She's like one of those little dust Muppets, and she's always, she never really she don't have a comfortable relationship with gravity. That's kind of how I feel it. Because most of us, we're gravity addicts. If you find, most of us, you think, you say, hey, what are you doing? You're doing, we don't talk about it, but everybody's doing gravity. Everybody. But this dude, Dizzy, when she gets out there and she ain't really doing it as much as everybody else. So she's, kind of living, she's kind of like that, she's kind of like a Native American when it comes to really force fields and stuff. She's kind of doing her own thing. She's kind of working freelance when it comes to natural pull, the natural pull of the world. What else? What else is? I feel like so. I want to tell you more about Maui. I'll probably wait till I get back into the studio. I guess. What did I do? I went there. Oh, let me tell you this. You go to Mama's Fish House, and it's in Maui, and it's nice. You get there, you're like, oh, it's too nice. It's real. It looks fancy. Dude, right when I got there, I thought to myself, I want to steal something and I want to go. That's how nice it was. That's my initial reaction. But instead, sit down, relax. Even if you're by yourself, get your little non-alcoholic beer. You feel me? Get one of the crab cakes. I got the crab cake. That's it. Get one crab cake, unbutton your pants. Welcome to Palestine, son. Shit is fundamentally good. It was definitely one of the best meals I ever had, and I was by myself too. And yeah, when I'm by myself at a restaurant, you almost start to freak out a little. Because you start wondering if people think you're like in witness protection, or if you're, people kind of look at you like maybe your spouse just passed away or something. They give you that, they maybe give you a little extra bread or something, half an extra little, baked, little croissant piece or something, because they think maybe your wife's gone. They think so, or they think maybe you don't know what you're doing with your life. If it is interesting, if you go to a restaurant by yourself, people kind of look at you like, oh, maybe he, maybe he's still trying to do skateboarding or something, but he's too old for it. One of the things that got me at the restaurant was the guy trying to upsell me on soup. Look, I don't need it. The guy, he's like, oh, they got omegas in the soup. Dude, I don't give a damn if Voltron lives in that bitch, dude. I don't care. If I want the soup, I'm getting the soup. He said it's got a rare carrot base. What the hell is that, buddy? That's nothing. Dude, I don't care, bro. I don't care if you open my mouth and just drag me through Mr. McGregor's garden. If I want vegetables, I want vegetables. Just don't upsell me on it. He tell me, oh, we sprinkle the top of it with secrets. Bitch, don't care. If I want the soup, I'll get the soup. I don't like being upsold with trickery words. The Harry Cover was blessed by a cleft palate wizard. I don't give a dang, bud. Do not upsell me with the BS. Just give me the facts. What is it? Is it soup? And if I want it, I'll get it. Yeah, and that was it. I went to Pittsburgh last night. Went to Bethlehem out there. This dude came out. One of my boys from back in the day came out. He's 3 months clean off Duster. Y'all know Duster? The keyboard, kind of helps you keep your keyboard nice. So he's got 3 months clean off that Duster. So that was, it was kind of nice to, just embrace him. And we would always do that sound that in his ear all the time, just to freaking, get him squirreling a little, just to let his branches shake a little. But we had a good time, man. Bethlehem. I hadn't been on stage in a couple weeks, and it's kind of like it kind of gets a little is it nerve-wracking? Yeah. It gets, because you've built up this immunity, kind of. The more that I'll be on stage, the more immunity I will feel a little bit, or at least just the more confidence builds up until you're just, it's like you've been training almost. And then you take a couple weeks off the train, and yeah, it was, and it's nice, man. And it was really, really relaxing. And Bethlehem was great. The show in Bethlehem was really, it just, I guess I'm just amazed how many people come out, and especially since I, changed the dates and then changed them back. I just want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting me, and just so many nice people. I mean, everybody was just really enjoying themselves. I met a lot of people before the show. We did meet and greet after the show, and everybody that wanted to come. So we had a good group. And I think a lot of people left, but a lot of people stayed. And yeah, it was just, it was nice. It was nice because sometimes it's like, with this job, you feel like, okay, well, and I guess since it's kind of new for me, it's like, okay, well, if I go to the club, are people going to be, if I take a break or take, take a little break or take some time off, are people still going to be there? And it was nice to see that people were. In Pittsburgh, they had some dude was blasted in Pittsburgh. I don't even think he was on drinking. I think this guy was on something thicker. Like maybe, maybe a friend of his had been doing a lot of smack or something, or, doing, I don't even know, something. And then he was drinking that guy's blood. Like maybe his buddy was drinking Quickcrete or something, or Drywall. And and then he was drinking that guy's blood who was doing him. This guy was bent out. So I hope he's doing a little bit better. It was a rock club, the place we were at. The place is called the Roxy and Theater. And it was cool, man. They said this was the first comedy show that they'd ever had there. So that was a new experience for them. And it's in this place called McKee's Rocks. And they said it's an area for human trafficking. But I didn't see anything like that. Only thing on the menu was even, I think, beer and wine. So I didn't have any, there was nothing to me that really, I didn't see it. I was just doing comedy, but everybody in the crowd looked of age and, not being kind of purchased or anything. So that was that. And then came to Cleveland early, went to the Steelers game. Man, it blew me away how amazing the experience was. It's just people. They got they got men and women with the same damn haircut. You know what I'm saying? They got men and women with the same haircut. And dang. Every other person, they kind of have that wild old school kind of Pittsburgh Yinzer. That and Junie. Yeah, but you don't even and you'll see, bro, people like to eat before the tailgate. You'll see, dude, I went behind a trailer. They had one dude was injecting a slice of Supreme pizza into his arm. I said, dang, bro, my bad, man. That guy was getting bent out. And it's, everybody was friendly. The atmosphere was amazing. You go into the game, everybody has this towel. And it's kind of like one of those little towels if a baby spits up, that you're going to have like a towel for it, And at first I didn't know. I thought, I'm like, dang, everybody here has a baby, I guess. And they, or what's going on. But it turns out that it's called the terrible towel. And it's just, I guess, if something real terrible happens, and you have a towel, which actually really is helpful, because you got to take care of yourself. A lot of things could happen over there in Pittsburgh. Everybody knows I got pink eye over there, back in the day, and I got pretty strong case of pink eye. I was in the Monongahela actually, and I got a little bit of, somebody got a little bit of downtime in my uptime. Somebody. They had, I don't know what was in the river, I guess feces or whatever. But anyway, it was, but then also in the same city in my next visit, I got a blowjob behind a Giant Eagle grocer. So, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Just when you think life ain't gonna turn around, it does a damn U-turn. So that's how life is, bro. That's how life is, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any idea what I'm talking about. And then we came, now we're here in Cleveland. So we here to Cleveland. Ari Manis is with me. Oh, I saw Brendan. I stopped over and saw Brendan Schaub the other night. He was at the Pittsburgh Improv. Snuck over there and welcomed him onto stage. That was pretty fun. Good to see him always. And this week I'm coming to some different places. I'll tell you a few show dates at the moment. Be in Cleveland this Tuesday. There's still a few tickets left. And then the rest of this week I'll be in Indianapolis, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Milwaukee, and Madison. Yep, that's it. And maybe one other place, actually. Let me look right now. Also, December 10th, I'll be at the Wiltern in Los Angeles. You can go see that. That's downtown in Los Angeles. Oh, one thing that was cool in Bethlehem, the backstage, they had posters of all the groups that had played on the stage. And they had, Guns N' Roses, man. They had, who else? Twisted Sister, man, Acid Bath, Reba McEntire's, Georgia, Florida line. They had everybody. There wasn't one, Florida, Georgia line. There wasn't one, everybody had come through there. Neil Haggard, what's that guy? Merle Haggard. And he's dead, man. So you got to think it was just amazing to be there. I'm like, jeepers. To get to have that experience. And so just thank you for everybody that came out. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm just settling back in. I'm just settling back in. And it was nice to get a little bit of a break because just to kind of get a little look at what was going on. Just to kind of get a little look at what has been going on in my own career and in my own personal life and everything. And I was thinking about dude, ever since I was young, I like to have secrets kind of. I like to keep some things to myself. I like to just keep, or always had maybe not even a secret, but a little treasure or something. When I was a kid, I used to collect, different snacks and stuff like that. My mom wouldn't let us have a lot of, sugars and different stuff. And so so I would collect a lot of different sugar treats, different snacks, different, Snicker, Kit Kat, Baby Snicker, everything. Different thing, Butterfinger, different thing, just a little sack of sugar. Somebody spilled some sugar somewhere, I'll get that. A chocolate, a white chocolate, something like that, a cookie, a rare macaroon. Or something, an Italian cookie. And I would put them, or raisins even. Sometimes I would soak raisins in chocolate milk. And just so they would have that kind of flavor in them and that sweetness. And I used to bury them outside, right? I would put them all in a little sack. And because my mom wouldn't let me keep them in the house, so if my mother found them, they was gone. The snacks were gone. And so I used to keep them outside off to the side of the house, and I had me a little, digging area, and I would just dig real lightly, get that sack out, and sugar up. But sometimes I would go out there at nighttime. And you know what nighttime is? It's when it's when you can't see that much, but you kind of know everything is around, kind of, but aren't as sure as you were a few hours earlier. And and so I'd have to wait till a car went by on our street because I had to wait till that car went by and the headlights, I could see the snacks and I could see the area to dig. And I would dig real quick and, have me a sugar snack or have me a nighttime, soup, a sweet treat. And I never told anybody. I never told anybody till right now, actually, except for this one boy named Wayne. And he was big, man. He's a big boy. And some people called him Fat Wayne. And I probably did once or twice, but I don't think I did it. I would never say it to him. I would just sometimes say it, oh, do you know? And then I would say it, But anyway, he would come over. He saw me out there getting them one night. And so he would come over sometime. He would steal his dad's car. He would get it over and put the headlights on and turn them right on the grass on the area. And that way, the lights were right there. You had full lighting. Because otherwise, you had to wait till a car went past. And some cars don't have that bright of lights on them. So you sometimes would wait till you were lucky if you had an SUV or something. Or somebody driving by with a real bright lantern or something. And then you could see the snacks real well and quickly. But sometimes Wayne would pull his dad's car over. And when I say pull, he would put it in a neutral and he'd push that bitch over. And that was, when I was growing up, that was kind of an early way of kind of driving a little bit, is just getting that thing in a neutral and just pushing that bitch around the neighborhood. You tell a girl, you say, hey, look, I'm gonna come meet you around 8:15, 8:20, 8:19. And then you get in the car once your folks went to sleep or went in their room, you get in there and put that car in a neutral and then push that, push that bastard down to your girl's house, or, if you was secretly in love with a young man or something, you could push it to his house. But most often you'd see somebody pushing it over to a female's house. And you'd pull up in the yard, and then you'd try to get in real quiet because you didn't want her knowing you didn't drive there. You wanted to trick her, so you would park and then go get her. Say, hey, what's going on? Yeah, just drove down. Meanwhile, you're just covered in sweat. You just pushed a, in 1991 Oldsmobile or a Ford Taurus. You just pushed that thing about 8 blocks. And you usually had a little bit of an erection too if you was going to see a girl you were interested in, or even a young man if you were interested in something like that, but you didn't see a lot of that. And that should be a contest or an Olympic sport. I think I've said that before, that, doing sports with an erection, because your brain is going to have less blood to function in your body, and muscles are going to have less blood if some of your wieners kind of bogarting a little bit of that B positive, you feel me, or O negative, or whatever you got, whatever electrons you got in your flow, you feel me? Praise God, man. What else is going on? I don't know. I feel like a ton, and then I feel like nothing. That's kind of what I feel like.
If you like sex, then you'll love BlueChew.com. Blue Chew offers men a performance enhancement for the bedroom. A lot of time you see a guy, they get a bed that's one of those vibrating beds. You put a quarter in the machine at the end, and the bed starts vibrating, Get the wife active. But at BlueChew.com, you can get the first chewable wiener inhibitor. It has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. The chewables from Blue Chew can be taken on a full or empty stomach. Dang, can you imagine? You can run your dick on an empty stomach. And that is the power of BlueChew.com. It ships directly to your door in discreet packaging. No more of that bright yellow or pink packaging saying, hey, they got wiener helpers in here. The chewables from BlueChew.com are prescribed online by a doctor and made in the USA. And here's a great deal for you TPW listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use promo code Theo. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com and use promo code Theo. Get that wiener hitter. Hiring can be a slow process. Sometimes, remember back in the old days, you would put a little note on a log or something, or ink up a vestibule or something, write a note in blood or something on the wall. Hey, I need help. I need someone to do dishwashing, or someone to do filing, or someone to, help process this court case. But that's different now. That's different. People are finding jobs and filling jobs through ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. So ZipRecruiter's that hunter. What if you do a hound dog and you say, hey, go get me something. Get me a cut of ham. ZipRecruiter is that hound. ZipRecruiter's technology identifies people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job so you get qualified candidates fast. That's how Dylan Mishkowitz hired his new director of coffee for his organic coffee company because he was having trouble finding qualified applicants. With results like that, it's no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's amazing. So you can see why ZipRecruiter is effective for businesses of all sizes. Try ZipRecruiter for free at our web address, ZipRecruiter.com/TPW. ZipRecruiter.com/TPW. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now back to your episode.
The date for New Jersey and the date for Maryland, Oxon Hill, the MGM Grand, those are both being rescheduled, and you should get a date here through the email shortly. And just thank you, everybody, for just supporting me while I just, kind of cancel the dates and then put them back on. It's just been a lot going on in my brain, and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, when it comes to like a big picture sense, and I'm just trying my best, and sometimes it's okay, and sometimes it's always okay, but just thanks for supporting me while I figure it off, while I just learn as I go. And that reminds me just to do that with other people as well. So I'm glad that I have that reminder. Let's take a couple of calls that came in, because we got this episode right here on the road. We got it set up pretty. Ari Manis came in and really helped me set up. Got Jocko Willink coming in to do an episode. So I'm grateful that man is going to come in. And I got to tell you this. So I was just thinking that Jocko's kind of, he's like an older brother figure, but for me, a lot of people can be real father figures for me. I notice that I have such a desperation for that energy and that connection in my life that, I will latch on to people or put them in a place where, without even realizing it, that I take, kind of father figure like type of stuff off of them. And Jocko is like that, Jocko Willink. And he, this is what I was thinking of. So I saw my dad in a dream when I was in Hawaii, or in Maui. Sorry. When I was in Maui. And it was really crazy because I hadn't seen him in 20 years, even in a vision. When I had an adult vision, and I saw him. And I saw him, and it was crazy. We were it was kind of confusing. It was a dream, and Robert De Niro was there, and Matthew McConaughey was there. And we were in Maui. And my dad was in one room eating at a table, and Matthew McConaughey and Robert De Niro were in another room. And my dad wanted to come and meet Matthew McConaughey, but he didn't want to meet Robert De Niro. And so I was trying to mediate between the two of them. And finally, my dad and Matthew McConaughey got to meet each other, which doesn't mean anything, but it was just interesting to see my father. I hadn't seen him. I'd seen him in pictures, and I'd seen him in just, imagination what he looked like or something, but I hadn't seen him really. And it made me think that my dad lives in Hawaii or something, I was like, oh, is this where he's been? And it made me think, well, of course this is where he's been. This is where I would be. It is stunning. Paia, that's where I went too, Paia. And I stayed out at this place called Lumeria, and they don't have, there were some moments I don't know if they even had, it's very peaceful. And beautiful little staff that works there. And there were some moments I didn't know if people were there working or staying or anything. There was a day where I didn't see anybody. And it's, it's comfortable. I mean, they don't have, what don't they have? They didn't have air conditioning in the rooms. But I knew that going into it, and I wanted kind of more of a, I guess, bohemian experience. But they have fans, and you can get a portable one brought in, which I finally did on the fourth day. But yeah, I got to see my dad, man. I got to see him. It was, I just didn't know. I didn't know that he's been in Hawaii or been in, that he's been there. And he was healthy. He was healthier looking than I'd ever seen him in my whole life when I actually saw him. That's what's wild. He was kind of thicker. He'd been eating, and his hair was darker. And he was laughing, man. He was laughing. and he was he was kind of being cool, trying to a little bit play it cool or be cool, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he lives in that world, in the subconscious or in dream world. So I have no idea what his life is like there. He may drive a Corvette. I don't know. I didn't see, the parking lot or anything like that. I just saw, just him. And man, right when I got up, I've just been on this kick where I've just been trying to stay more motivated. And like when it's time to get up, it's time to get up. And I need to do things. And, I just want my life I want to have more experiences in my life. Recently I've just been realizing like I do a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of the same things. And I'm not really having a lot of like new experiences. And so I want to have a little bit more of that. But man, I wish I'd have just laid back down and tried to go right back and see him, wherever he was. And, but it's just so funny. I mean, I've slept in the past 20 years, I've probably fallen asleep in, 42 states and, 15 or 20 or 30, I don't know, countries. And not once did I see my father. And then, bam, I'm in Maui and there he is. Maybe he's over there. Maybe he, with Dog the Bounty Hunter, dude. But it was quite an experience. And aloha and mahalo. Those are things I learned. And one time there was somebody vomiting behind a truck, and I thought they were saying mahalo, but it was a woman, had a little bit too much fermented fruit. You feel me? She had a little too much nap in her pineapple, dog, and she was vomiting over there behind a little Isuzu truck, rare truck. You don't see those as much as you used to anymore. And I'll tell you this, over there on Interstate 12 or I-10, I saw a Doberman, full-grown Doberman, commit suicide, jump right out of the back of a Chevrolet truck, I believe it was, or something, or maybe Daihatsu. Just jump right onto the interstate at 60, 70 miles an hour. So, you just don't know what anybody's going through sometimes. It's that kind of world. So we just got to take care of each other. The hotline, I got a couple calls that came in. As always, the number 985-664-9503. And let's get some of these hitters right here, gang. Oh, man, I'm so excited for this week, dude. We got just so many fun places to do shows. Let's check a call.
Hey, Theo, fucking GPS, shut up. Hey, Theo, it's Colin from Harrisburg. We went and saw you last night.
What's up, Colin from Harrisburg? Thank you for calling. Beautiful state. I mean, we drove 5 hours the day we did the Pittsburgh show that day. And, man, it's just beautiful. We saw a couple Amish, and we tried to go, we didn't want to get too close to them because it was like around lunchtime or whatever. But we saw a couple, and we tried to, we like pretended we weren't getting them in the back of our pictures and stuff. But, yeah, beautiful state. The trees are just starting to change color, and, I mean, this is when Mother Nature really shows that work, This is when Mother Nature really bounces that ass a little, if you will. Sorry to get kind of urban right there. Let's hear more. Thank you for calling, Colin.
I called, said that I was taking my wife with me, and she'd never seen you before, and she ended up loving it. So I think we got a new fan. What do you think, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I loved it.
Yeah, you had fun last night? Yeah, you got her to spit her Sprite out, so.
Oh, yeah. Look, where I grew up over there on McGee Street in Covington, Louisiana, bruh, if a girl spits Sprite onto you, dude, y'all probably going to end up touching each other, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's sexual right there. If somebody spits Sprite on you, bro, so you feel that splash, but also you can still get it out of your clothing. It's not one of those, caramel colored beverages, a Coke or a Pepsi or a Tab. Dude, that's 4-play. That's 5-play, baby. Seeing that Sprite just splash off your hard skin, dog. Come on. So y'all better make a baby, bro. You feel me, dude? Bring that baby back next year. Let's hear a little more.
Right, man. That was a great show. It was, really good to see you, man. I hope to see you again soon. All right, man. Take care. Gang.
Gang, bruh. Well, good. I'm glad you and your lady came out. We had a guy that came out and brought his brother out over there yesterday in Pittsburgh. It was pretty nice to see him and his brother came out. These two, they look kind of Irish, but something also, I don't know if they were or not. But they had a father-son that came out over there in Bethlehem. They had a mother-daughter came. One of them gave me this really nice little booklet of like positive affirmations and stuff. A lot of good people. So I'm glad you and your girl enjoyed it. And I hope you gave her that hitter, Daddy. You feel me, son? Because we gotta procreate. We gotta get out there and make them pop, baby, and do that, and do sex. If you love each other, and if you guys are already living in the same house, you might as well. You know what I'm saying? Cross paths with your crotch, brother. Let's take another call that came in here. As always, the hotline is 985-664-9503.
What's up, Theodore?
What's up, brother? Thank you for hitting it up, gang.
My name's Zach.
Big Jack. It's your time of year, too, with them jack-o'-lanterns. You might as well knock one of your teeth out. And really just, and live the life. And, paint your head orange and knock one of your own damn teeth out. And eat a light. Eat a little 30 watt or something. And live hard this month. Onward.
I'm driving right now in a car. I've been in a car for about 3 hours now, 3.5 hours now. And
oh, damn, you might be in a high-speed chase, bro. You better look out. You better look behind you and see if there's activity, see if there's a little bit of, a couple of Dodge Diplomats and some gunplay. Let's hear more, brother. Moss?
I'm driving because I'm going to ask my girlfriend's father if I can marry her, and I'm not 100% sure if he's going to say yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, I'll shut up. Let's hear more from you, man.
So my question to you is, how do I confront him about that? How do I navigate this conversation? If he does tell me no, what do I do? I just want to put that out there for you because you are a wise young man. So, just let me know. Just give me a call back if you can.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll let you know right now what I think about it is, if you're asking somebody's dad to marry you, first of all, it's nice of you to do because that's old school tradition. There was a time back in the day where people, if you didn't really like, if your wife got out of line, they went missing. This is 300 years ago or, 70 years ago probably. But there was a time where, men probably weren't treating women as good. And so I think you getting over there and asking him, I think it's a pro move. If he says no, bro, I think you got to probably move on. Because you don't want to be, I wouldn't want to be at odds. Then your girl's going to become this middleman between you and the dad. Or if he says no, I would take some boxing gloves over there. Because I bet any man that gets to punch his son-in-law a couple times, I bet at some point they beat him into somebody that they could love. So you got some choices, boy, and I'm glad you have at least you have somebody to drive across town and check. I could drive across town right now down there to New Orleans. A girl I used to date, and her dad would be like, "What the fuck? We haven't seen you in 15 years." So that would be, and they over there, they used to do the snow cone makers. So, at least that would be a funny show if a guy just pulled up over at like if a guy just walked up to an older guy on the street and was like, "Sir, I just want to ask you for your daughter's hand in marriage." I think it wouldn't be a bad move. It would be easier than approaching a female a lot of times, because a lot of times approaching a female can make a man nervous. But if you got to approach that male and say, "Hey, bucko," "Hey, Jim," you could even just guess his name. 4 out of probably 22 times is going to be Jim. "Hey, Jim, you don't know me, but I've been seeing your daughter, and, I love her. She's the apples of my eyes, and she chips in on my rent, and I love her. We bought a Super NES together, and things are looking up." So I think that that would be a great little kind of fun little show just to see. Because then if the dad even if he kind of agrees and likes you, then you could probably get to meet the daughter and at least have a chance maybe with her. So that way you're kind of working backwards. But if you're choosing to work forwards the old-fashioned way, I say if y'all are going to live in the same city and he says no, then I think you might want to look into somebody else. But if he says yes, man, then get into it, man. Y'all do a barbecue, get matching aprons. You know what I'm saying? Go full throttle, do matching shirts, and then buy a little dog that looks like just you and the father-in-law. Live your best life, brother. You can do it. What else, man? Let me get this other call that came in right here. The hotline, as always, is 985-664-9503. Here we go.
Hey, Theo. This is Tate from Atlanta.
What up, Tate? Thanks for calling in, brother. I appreciate it.
First off, sorry I sound extra white today. I'm a little stuffy. I'm getting over a cold. So maybe don't stand too close to the phone because I don't want to get you sick, bro. But anyways, I went and saw that new Joker movie last night.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to go see it tomorrow, actually. And I love face paint anyway. Let's hear more.
It was pretty good, but I know all the news outlets and all were reporting that people might want to be aware that these incels might be there at those movie premieres, inciting violence and all that. And I was like, well, what's an incel? So I looked it up, and it's involuntary celibates. It's this like internet group of dudes who can't get any action and take it out on women because they think that it's their problem somehow. And I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on that? That's just kind of weird to me. I think it's a weird culture we live in, and the internet, the forums and all that can breed some really weird monster people, So, yeah, anyway, appreciate it. Love what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for, sorry.
Gang, stay safe out there, man.
Gang, bro, I'll stay safe too. And it is Halloween month, so it's that time of year where somebody will, dress up like a giraffe and hit you with a hatchet or something, for no reason, and just say they were looking for candy or whatever, and they'll get off scot-free because these attorneys and all of this shit. But, yeah, they're incellulars. I don't do it. I think there's a lot of soft batch people out there. Now, there's a lot of guys that struggle. If you struggle to meet women and struggle to, converse with women and struggle to form relationships, that's one thing. But if you find that you have a real anger towards women, that's something else you got to deal with. You can't be dressing up like, Christopher Robbins or whatever, and, throwing like wooden swords and shit at like local bitches in your area. That's not the kind of, that's no way to, it's almost, we're heading into the holidays. I mean, Jesus. So and also the news, I don't believe anything the news says. I really don't. Man, I don't believe, ever since, remember when they said that about the election, before they had the presidential election, they're like, Hillary's going to win this much, and all the polls they had done, and then they were just wrong. They were just wrong about everything. And at that point, I realized, the news, it used to be like facts, and now it's just people guessing shit with cameras. So I think the movie's going to be fine. I think the news is just trying to scare people. I think there's some guys out there, but they're tightening up. That's what I think. And things are looking up. Have a little bit of red meat maybe, or have some strong broccoli. Do something. Eat drink half a thing of fucking Elmer's. Do something, tighten up and feel strong. I think there's a lot of young men that are feeling stronger than ever. It's like the news is always saying, oh, there's racism and this and that. Bro, when I was in Pittsburgh for the game today, I saw so much like non-racism, probably more than I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, yeah, once again, everything's going fine. Now, I don't think it's a bad idea to stay strapped if you need to these days, wherever you're going. If they have a legal law where you can carry a weapon. I don't think you need to be alarming people like my cousin Jamie, and he would, he popped out from behind the computer, desk with 2 guns on him, and he was in his underpants. And so Jesus Christ, dude. And he has a deviated septum, and I had to listen to him snore for probably, I can't even tell you. It sounded like a couple of whales trying to meet each other, and, on a very distant beach. But I don't even know what I'm talking about, man. But I'll say this, bro. You got to take care of yourself, dude. Tighten up and keep tightening up. That's what you can do. That's what you can do. And look, have a plan. If you do don't be the jack off that's sitting in the movie with no plan. Go in there, have a little bit of a plan. No matter what, have an escape plan, If you're going in with your girl, wear hard, do something, have a little shield or something. Do something, just have a little plan. But I think overall that everything's going to be okay. I don't think things are getting that squirrely. But then also, if they have people that are incels, dude, I don't know. I guess we'll beat them somehow. We will defeat them when it all goes down. That's what I'm hoping. And I'm gonna go see the movie tomorrow, and I'm gonna get some damn Milk Duds or whatever, dude, or some jujubes and chill. And I think a lot of these incellular fellas a lot of them probably are men that feel, they feel so probably anger towards women. There was a movement, and I don't know if it's still as heavy as it was, but where a lot of women were just being mean towards men. Just being mean, and they were kind of using the guise of feminism, but really just being just mean. And a lot of times it's like lonely women, and are writing these articles about how bad men are, and they're just lonely. Why not just write an article that just says, hey, you know what? Man, sometimes I'm lonely. Dude, everybody could really relate to that article. But just being a real bitch with a pen because you are lonesome sometimes, that's not super helpful, miss. And so I think a lot of these men that are attacking women, sometimes they feel attacked probably. And I'm not saying it's right. You're not supposed to hit a woman. But also a lot of women these days, these aren't the same women from 50 years ago when a woman, they didn't have gymnasiums, and they didn't have, women weren't doing a lot of, strength training and, throwing axes and all of this, or throwing, big lead, pushing sled lead. And now you have, a buddy of mine, his wife hit him with a car. So he can't hit her he can't punch her in the shoulder one time. So what is the rule then? What is going on there, his wife hit him with a damn LeSabre, not the sword of Buick. So what he can't, he can't rattle one off one time or put her in a rear naked choke for 30 seconds. There got to be some rules sometimes. But I don't just think for sheer anger you can just be attacking women out in the street. That's not going to help anything. So But this makes me think about pornography, man. I've been struggling with the dark arts, brother. I'll be honest with you. About 3 months ago, I have this blocker on my phone that keeps pornography off, and it somehow it updated or didn't update, and next thing you know, man, the whole Satan's it's just like Satan's belly button opened up. It was like he was a piñata and his belly button just opened up and just started spilling dirty candies all over me. So I've been struggling with a little bit of that. And I turned on some blockers they have on the iPhone. They're like innate blockers built into the system, natural blockers that Apple has. But I want to get that full throttle and get back to the thing that I had going on before. So, but just to chime in, I'm not an incel, I don't think, but I'm kind of an in and out cell. Like I'm in and then I'm out. I'm out and then I'm in. Sometimes I feel, like I'm okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm not. I think I'm just cellular. That's what I am. I'm not in cellular. I'm not out cellular, really. I'm just cellular. We all are. That's the building blocks of us. That's what they said. Or that's atoms maybe. But what else do we have? We got more, everything's going pretty smooth. People are always like, well, when are you going to shoot a special? I'm going to shoot one. I don't know when. I want to take the show to the people first and take it to whoever will come and see it first. And I still got to get over there in Europe. All those shows are in January. So that's going to be really amazing right after Christmas. Get over there while it's still cold and just see what it's like to see like cold Europeans, Because a lot of times when you think about Europeans, you think about them being warm or being like in a warm area, or wearing like kind of a summer kind of outfit. But this will be a different experience. So really keen on having that. And yeah, just happy to be in Cleveland. I'm happy to be in Cleveland and I'm happy to be on the road and just and getting these shows out there to everybody, getting to go to Indianapolis and Grand Rapids, places where I see I see Chris D'Elia, he travels to these places and I'm like, man, I want to be there. And now I get to be there. And gang, man, this show, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's really, really get it. All right, I'll see you guys this week. What else? They got new merch online. We got the show at the Wiltern coming up December 10th in Los Angeles. That'll be on sale coming soon. Some really neat guests. I think they're going to be coming up on the podcast. I'm spacing them out now to give myself a little bit more downtime. And I'm learning as I go, man. Yeah, and we got this call that came in actually about those shows. Onward.
Hey, what's up, Theo? This is Istis from London, Ontario.
Istis, huh? Whew. Just one letter from being a murderous regime, my brother. A regime. Onward.
Canada. Giving you that Canadian hitter.
Oh, from Canada. Gang, brother. Onward, bro. Gang.
I hope you're doing well, man. Just calling in to say that next weekend, my brother and I'm taking my brother out for a early 30th birthday weekend to the Dirty D to see down in Detroit at the Fillmore. Both big fans, so we're stoked, man. We're gonna spend some time in Detroit, hit up some dinner, maybe have a few adult beverages.
Gang, bro, I like it. And I think my boy Damn Long Neck, DLN, will be out there in Detroit too. So if we can get his long ass out and about, And he's beautiful, man. You could travel with him. You could put his ass in a violin case. And that's how he is, boy. He's got that Clara neck, bro. You could put him right in that beautiful musical case. And so I'm happy that my man will be out there. Let's go out on the same song that brought us in, man. What just a crazy week to know that, we're just on here and then North Mississippi Allstars. My best friend has been listening to this band for probably 12 years or something. And just to find out that they, that they threw one of our lyrics into their songs, or just that they were even thinking about us, that's pretty cool, man. So, thank you guys for your patience and be good to yourself. I know you deserve it. And let's go get it, man. Let's go get it. Let's stay motivated. And let's keep it moving, And let's get that hitter. Come on. With North Mississippi Allstars and Up and Rolling off their new album, This Drunk Outdoors.
Now we're cooking with gas on the front burner. Hot wing gas station down on the corner. Cooking with gas on the front
Burner.
Bumping the junk out the trunk.
Let's go get drunk outdoors.
Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's
Go get drunk outdoors. If you got money, get a little bigger. If you got money, get that hitter.
If you got money, you can
Get a little bigger.
If you got money,
Get that hitter. Get that hitter. 1811 Pico Boulevard on the way to the beach.
get that hitter. Get that hitter.
Come on. Get that hitter. Get that hitter. Get that hitter.
10 toes down, soldiers on the grind. Down at the club on the county line. 10 toes down, soldiers on the grind. Bumping the junk out the trunk.
Let's go get drunk outdoors.
Bare feet on dirty dance floors.
Let's go get drunk outdoors.
Bare feet on dirty dance floors. Let's go get drunk outdoors. Bumping the junk out the trunk. Let's go get drunk outdoors.
Come on. Get that hitter. Get that hitter. Dude, that's wild, bro. Get that hitter. I want to thank my man Ari Manis for helping me out here on the road and being a part of making this happen, this episode tonight. We, had to set the lamps up in the room, and never ceases to amaze me how how he's always part of the solution. No matter what the problem is, I'm constantly reminded. You guys be good to yourselves, man. You deserve it, and we'll see each other next week. All right, gang.